The promise of a better life drew millions of immigrants to America in the late 1800s. But for many who settled in New York City, the reality was far from the streets paved with gold they had imagined. Instead, they found themselves crammed into squalid, dangerous tenement buildings in neighborhoods like the Lower East Side. Tenements were typically 5 to 7-story walk-up buildings, about 25 feet wide and 100 feet long. Squeezed tightly together on city blocks, these structures maximized rentable space at the expense of safety and sanitation. With little space between buildings, only street-facing units had windows. Ventilation was poor, and disease spread rapidly in the cramped quarters. Fire posed a constant threat due to cheap construction, lack of safety measures, and overcrowding. A blaze in one building could quickly engulf an entire block of tightly packed tenements. Outhouses and backyards served as toilets for hundreds of residents, creating unsanitary conditions. Water supply was unreliable, making it difficult for tenants to maintain basic hygiene. In 1890, journalist Jacob Riis published his landmark work, How the Other Half Lives. His photographs and descriptions of tenement conditions shocked the nation, exposing the grim reality of urban poverty to a wide audience. Riis's work sparked public outrage and renewed calls for housing reform. The city had previously attempted to address tenement issues through legislation. The Tenement House Act of 1867 required fire escapes and windows for each unit. However, landlords often found loopholes, installing windows facing interior hallways rather than providing fresh air and natural light. Subsequent laws in 1879 and 1901 aimed to close these loopholes and improve conditions. The 1901 new law mandated better ventilation, indoor toilets, and improved fire safety measures. While these reforms led to some improvements in newly constructed buildings, many older tenements remained in deplorable condition. Daily life in tenements was a constant struggle. Families often took in boarders or did piecework at home to supplement meager incomes. Laundry hung from fire escapes and across air shafts, creating a patchwork of fabric between buildings. Some residents attempted to create a sense of home despite the difficult conditions, decorating their sparse rooms with simple touches. Government inspections in the early 1900s documented the ongoing issues in tenements. Photographs showed crumbling ceilings, rotting support beams, and extreme overcrowding. While some improvements were made over time, many tenements remained substandard well into the 20th century. The era of tenement housing began to decline in the 1950s with the rise of urban renewal programs. Many old tenements were demolished as cities sought to modernize and eliminate blighted areas. Today, few of these buildings remain, but they stand as a testament to a challenging chapter in American urban history. The story of New York's tenements serves as a stark reminder of the human cost of rapid urbanization and the ongoing struggle for safe, affordable housing.